It took 4 months, growing pressure, and finally, direct media intervention. Only then did the Eastern Cape Department of Health sign off on life-saving treatment for 7-year-old Courtney Ashia. Now, the leukemia survivor who had been waiting desperately for a stem cell transplant is now finally en route to Cape Town for her procedure. But the question remains, why did it take so long? Sipha Kema joining us then to unpack this one for us and helping us along the story. And that is the big question then, Sipha. Why did it take so long?
Absolutely, and that's the question we're going to pose to the Eastern Cape Department of Health for having this 7-year-old girl wait for 4 months before she can head over to the Red Cross Hospital in Cape Town to have this life-saving treatment and transplant so that she doesn't relapse again. Now, initially, we were going to follow up on the story, Arabile, now when we sent our media inquiry to the department spokesperson. The first day we didn't get a response, but on the day we were supposed to do the story, then we received a notification from himself as well as Courtney's mother that the letter was finally sent off. But the main question is, why did it take so long? But now I'm going to bring in Janine, Courtney's mother, Courtney Ashia. And Janine, now waiting for so long, I think let's start with her diagnosis. She was diagnosed when she was only 3 years old in 2021. Just briefly tell us about the journey that you've been on and Courtney's fight.
Hi. It was tough. She was diagnosed 2021. She was in ICU and very sick. It was tough for me. 2 years on medication and it's tough. To see your child in bed every day, sick as hell, almost died. But thank God she survived.
And thereafter, she won the battle, I believe. She survived the leukemia. But then, unfortunately, last year she relapsed.
Yes, she relapsed last year, August. She didn't feel well and so on. And then I took her to hospital and then they said, no, the cancer is back. And then we have to stay in hospital again for a few months. But thank God she survived. She's now still on treatment, but only the thing is this now, only the bone marrow will save her from relapsing again.
And also, now, this letter that you've been waiting for, you've been talking to everyone in the department, trying to get assistance. The doctors as well have been trying to get you and Courtney assistance. What was happening? What was the feedback that you were getting?
They were always saying no, they're waiting for a signature, and then the doctors sent emails, phone calls, but they didn't receive any feedback back. They just say no, they know about Courtney, but nothing is done. And it goes on from say January till the other day. The doctor said, oh, we don't know what to do anymore because the people don't respond from Department of Health. And that made me so, I can't explain how did I feel that time. I was disappointed because my child's health is in state here.
And now, finally, you guys are preparing to go to Cape Town to have the bone marrow transplant so Courtney doesn't have to relapse and to save Courtney's life.
Yes, and I'm so glad. I'm over the moon. I can't thank you guys enough, the newsroom, and the Herald, the doctors, and so on, to make it possible. Because it was a struggle. And it's not nice seeing your child every day on medication. She wants also to live a normal life, go to school, and you see.
Courtney, hoe voel jij nou?
Ik voel beter en goed.
Je voelt beter en goed. En hoe voel jij van Cape Town, aan Cape Town?
Ik voel goed.
Is jij happy?
Ja.
I'll tell you, Arabile, that she was telling us earlier on when we asked her how she feels about going to Cape Town. She actually jumped up, physically jumped up and saying that she's happy about it, but also very smart little girl that understands what's happening to her and the fact that this letter has finally, after 4 months, been signed off by the Eastern Cape Department of Health. She's very happy about that. She understands what this letter means for her life as well. But when we come back, we're going to give you the report back from the Department of Health and them signing the letter that was needed 4 months ago, finally. Arabile.
So goed om dit te sien. Sipha, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that story. Certainly a good news story on a day in which we've certainly been asking ourselves where we can find the good news. So good to have stories like that.